everyone. I'm Erin Johnson. This is a Whitman Think Tank Television. Today we have as guests Ariel, Koonce Fortes, and her husband, Paul Fortes, who are the owners of Fashion Fun Pop at 560 Washington Street in Whitman. How are you today?
Very good.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your store?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. So it's a boutique. So we're all about lifestyle, boutique life. But it's just not the traditional boutique. Mm-hmm. So we offer services where, the customer who wants to just run in because you need something to wear on Saturday real quick, you know what you're doing, maybe you just need a top to go with the bottom or whatever the case may be, you can drop into the front end of the boutique. But then we do have a private space in the back of the boutique, and that allows customers to have one-on-one private shops. Maybe if you're the woman who isn't so comfortable or doesn't enjoy, picking out the complete look, or maybe you want to throw an event because you want to get your girls together, or maybe you're part of an organization and you want to have a meeting, or you want to have a fundraiser, or you want to have a holiday party, or you could do like I just did and have your gender reveal back there. Yeah. So it's kind of a unique boutique in that we also offer lifestyle event services as well. Mm-hmm.
And I was there for a fashion show one night, which was really nice. I mean, it's nice to just, go up the street and get to see a fashion show. So, but you said other people can actually go there. How do they contact you? If they want to have a birthday or something? Or?
Sure. We've done those too. And sometimes they organically happen when customers walk in and they ask about it. And you can imagine I'm passionate talking about it. We built this from the ground up. Yeah. And so I love to talk about it. And so sometimes it organically happens. And then, or sometimes they hear by word of mouth or by social media that we do this. So they'll send in questions through either my inbox at fashionfunpop at gmail.com, or they'll inbox me on Facebook or Instagram, or they'll call the store and they'll just tell me about their idea. And from there, we can be as creative as we want to create this event that is what they've been looking for.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, and this isn't your only store, is it?
It is. Well, it's my only brick and mortar space. We do also sell online, so that's an e-commerce site. But it's all under the Fashion Fun Pop umbrella. I did move last November.
That's what I thought. I thought you had Brockton and Whitman. Yeah.
So just a heads up. So the Fashion Fun Pop is over 4 years old, and in the first year, what I did was I took this idea of a pop-up boutique and customizing for the group, and I traveled with it. So in that, I only had a space in Brockton where I kept all of the inventory so that I can be able to curate collections based off of who I'm going to see that day. So I did that for the first year, but as I started traveling closer to Boston, closer to West, and then even down here on the South Shore, I would get customers saying, "This is awesome. How do you offer boutique offerings at these prices? We want to see the rest." And it just, the space that I had it in wasn't appropriate to be bringing, customers to. So I rented a space at the Bostonian Shoe Lofts down the street at Marble. They were wonderful for 2 years, but we were ready last November for kind of the next move for Fashion Fun Pop, meaning more visibility, not only by appointment and event, but we wanted to have a accessible, shoppable boutique as well in the front. So it was always part of the goal and dream, and it just kind of worked out last year.
That's great. And how did this start for you? Was it just one day you had the idea, or have you guys known each other a long time?
Oh, yeah.
We know each other a very long time.
Well, this is, she mentioned, this is my husband. We actually started dating when I was in high school. So we've been together over 20 years. And we just last summer we just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
And so he's like legit my bestie. And so we partner in everything. So it was natural that I was working corporate before here in HR, and loved the work, absolutely loved the work. But I had 2 little babies at home. So, well, I had a 3-year-old, and then she wasn't even 1 year old, but it was in Boston, downtown. So I would have to leave here to miss traffic at 5:30 a.m. so I'm not late to my meetings.
Okay.
I would have to leave here at 5:30, and then I wouldn't get back to them until 7 p.m. So I was not about that because
Yeah.
I didn't have children to not see them. So, so I started to try to look for other outlets, other things to do, like other not careers, but like other positions.
Closer to home.
Yeah, closer to home, because he's in Boston too, primarily, like most of the time. So I'm a Christian, so I prayed on it, and I prayed. And then I literally boom, one morning, like at 5 o'clock in the morning, like I have the best idea. And I'm sure all of that came from my own pains. I had 2 littles. I didn't have time to shop very much. I love it. I love styling. I'm not a stylist by trade at all. I just love it. I love to shop. I love to help other women. I love to make people feel good about themselves. And so all of these ideas just started going crazy, and then it led to the nudge. Honey, I have the best idea. And he's just always been so supportive since the moment I met him. And so he's just like, cool, like do research, figure that out, like, and then let's see. And then it rolled into this.
That's excellent. And how do you find Whitman as opposed to, not necessarily as opposed to Brockton, but what do you think the advantage is to having a place in Whitman from the business standpoint?
Yeah.
Is it a lot of people, or?
So in terms of the traffic, because I'm used to being in Boston, so traffic flow in a store, you would never get the kind of individualized attention that you do get when you get into Fashion Fun Pop. You're lucky if they say hi. They might point you in the right direction to something, but the kind of service is kind of, some of the customers and I talk about how it's kind of non-existent out there in the retail world. It's like, yeah, well, what do you want over there? You know,
I know it's very unique and very fun to go there, and it's really nice. I'm glad it's there because I don't want to talk too much about myself, but I really wanted that in Whitman. I wanted a clothing store.
Oh, thank you.
Because I don't like to buy everything online. I like to actually go there and look at stuff and try it
A lot of people
on.
come in and said that.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this town have really come in to. They love the experience because they had it before and they don't have it anymore, and everything's like 20 minutes away, so it's just here for them too, and it's great. And we, like we said, we meet a lot of the people here, and it's been great just meeting everybody and meeting them at the right time.
That's good. And did you find any roadblocks to doing it? Were there limitations about Whitman too, or?
Well, being that it's a small town, they gravitated to the area of putting the boutique very easily, just because there isn't very much around here for that. And so everyone at City Hall made it easy. The transition was very simple. Good. We don't really have many issues at all or roadblocks. We've built from the ground up. We don't have any huge funding. We don't have any huge investors. So for us, our ideas and dreams are so much further than we are. So it's like, okay, we have to remind ourselves, baby steps, and also our customers, because they're excited about it, and so they want to see more. Oh, can you get this? Can you get that? Well, I love getting that feedback because it drives me. When I go out to these huge markets and I go out to buy, and I go to these different, states and different parts of the country to select for them, all of those voices are in my head, like, oh, everyone's been asking me for this or that. Let's shoot for that next.
Do you actually travel, or do you do most of that online?
Oh yeah, I travel.
Wow.
And intentionally, because I want to be able to get a selection from different parts of the country.
It helps find new. It helps when she goes to travel. It helps her find new boutiques or new labels that she can actually pick from.
Oh,
so
okay.
and she can, and when she walks around. I mean, we went to the first one we went to was extremely massive. Like, it took us all day to get through, but you see so many, basically, boutiques in the opening, the store what do you call it?
Is it a trade show?
Yeah, the trade show.
So they'll do like huge trade events.
And it's massive,
And
massive.
all different, like, so they set up, what he's referring to is the different labels, they will set up their
own
brand and what they're carrying for the next couple of seasons as a boutique. And so it's quite the experience. The first one I went to, we went together in Las Vegas. And it's one of the ones that had such an impact on me. It's a non-negotiable. I don't know about, it's August. We have the baby in February, so August I'll be back out there. But I go every year because labels fly in from all around the world. And you just have this massive selection, and you can really take your time, and you can really, put together a really good, different collection. So what we're offering is truly unique to the area, because there is a lot of online. I do know some other boutiques, and I've become friends with other owners, and they're like, you are crazy, you're spending that overhead. And I'm like, yeah, but you never get to see some of the stuff that I get to see, because they only cut what they're selling there. So some of them, like, they will not fulfill the orders or sell it online.
Even sometimes when she does order from them, by the time they get to her order, they're already sold out, and they have to tell her, hey, we don't even have it right now.
It's true.
So it's one of those things. That's why we have to.
Jacket experience.
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about it earlier.
But it sounds like you're planning on growing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But what I've learned about being in Whitman, sometimes when you wanted something, but you didn't truly know what that was, and then you were driven to it. And so I really love having our boutique in a small town. It's, it's so personable, and I think that's what makes it so different, because retail, as we know, has become crazy, where it's just shop online, there's no face behind anything, not even sure if it's a legit store online. You got to just cross your fingers, you open it on, you order it online, you cross your fingers that it'll get there, and it's what it says. So I think, as we were talking about growing, I think if I were to, have another Fashion Fun Pop, it would be the same. Again, offering it to a small town where, whoever works there gets to know the people, gives them great service. They know each other. I get the pop-ins. How's the baby? You need anything? That's wonderful.
A lot of people by names,
We know people by names. They go to get their coffee.
It is right. It's very personal. It's a very personal experience. And both of you were there taking care of the customers, which is really nice. You help them try on jewelry.
I'm learning.
You've got it.
I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm learning.
He does great. So we had a customer come in last week, and she came in with her daughter. She was her daughter had a chorus concert coming up, and she says, we just need a plain black dress, but we thought we'd poke in here and see. He goes right to exactly what I would have picked, and usually I do all that stuff, but he goes exactly, and he picks the options, and I was like, wow. Maybe I can go find another suggestion back here somewhere. So he just kind of like picks up like what I say, and just like said throughout the years, I loved all of this before starting this business. So.
But speaking of the merchandise, you have there's one of your necklaces there.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So this is one of the necklaces that are on display. You may not be able to tell on screen, but it's actually a long hanging pendulum necklace in gold. We have it in gold and silver. We got it a short while ago, and it's already sold out. And we brought it back to the boutique just because it's such a good piece that you can wear with so many different things. You can dress it up, or you can make it a little more casual. So we often will sell these, and this is a mixed metal piece. So just to give those who have never come into the boutique, or maybe on the outside you're like, that looks expensive, no way. And I'm actually really proud of it that I can say, well, you don't know it is though, come on in. So like a piece like this, you'd pay no more than $14 for a long necklace, and it's made of mixed metals. Of course, if you came in saying, I can only do sterling silver, or Ariel, I need gold pieces, I have access and can get all of that. My brother actually owns a jewelry store. He customizes jewelry as well. And so I have access to all of that. But, most customers just want a fun little piece to put on with their outfit,
That's great. So in terms of social media, you talked a little bit about it, but if you wanted to tell people how to see your products without actually going into the store, where can they see that?
Sure. So we share on multiple outlets. So first and foremost, we have fashionfunpop.com. So we launched that shortly after we launched our business. So that actually November 4 years ago, we launched fashionfunpop.com. And we've grown tremendously in this space and e-commerce because that wasn't my niche. He knows he's the techie.
Sometimes.
He knows way more about that stuff. And so I've been able to lean on him more to help me. And we've grown, and all of the new information and technology that we've brought on, it's really him. So anyone out there, if you think that I did that, I did not. He did that. So first and foremost, you can find us on fashionfunpop.com. When new product enters the store, if it's a hot exclusive piece, I'll always hold off real quick. I'll let the locals get a chance to come in. I'll give them that week, and then typically by the next 2 weeks, if it is still there is still inventory left, I'll load it right on the website. And so when you go on the website, you'll always see, new arrivals. These are the newest items. And that can be every week, every other week, and then in slow months, it's more like that's your sale time. So the discount divas, that's your time to shine. And then we do Instagram. We also do Facebook. You can find us on a website called shopteeks.com. They market for many different boutiques. So those are the online. You can Google us, and it'll all show up.
Yeah, and on Facebook Live, we go on Facebook Live on Saturdays, so we do show a lot of the new pieces on Saturdays that came in that week.
Okay.
So, and
Because you actually put a video up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Facebook Live will do a video, and sometimes we'll have people come in and actually model right on the live, or we'll just show the new pieces as they come in, just to make sure that everybody knows that this is new for that week to come in, and then that gives them the time to show up and before we put it on the website.
Okay. And if people follow you on Facebook, they'll get regular updates, right?
Yes, absolutely.
If you just turn on, so if they've watched one and this is really cool, I want to keep up with this boutique, they can turn their notifications on. So every time we go live, which we always recommend when people come in and they say, well, when are you getting new? When are you getting new? Turn the notifications on. As soon as we go live, you'll see it every single Saturday. And sometimes we do surprise lives. And that's what maybe we did. We did an unboxing party because it was the first big shipment of fall. So stuff like that. Or maybe another small business owner came into the boutique. And so we're big on empowerment. And we're big on supporting the next person trying to find and follow their dream. So we meet a lot of people who just want to tell us about it. And so we're like, that's wonderful. Let's introduce you to my crowd. So, it's just, we do that. So on a random Tuesday, we could go on, not just Saturday, but for many different reasons. So.
Okay, so speaking of, your employees, are they mostly from this area?
So I'm glad you asked that. So we are the smallest of the small boutiques. We operate our entire boutique on our own.
Oh, wow.
And we just use, like I said, local models for volunteers. They love and they're attached to the brand. And so they have a lot of fun. We always attach events to it when we do the modeling. But in terms of, running the store, at this point, that's just us. We have to grow enough in order to be able to have a full staff. And so we just, hope and pray that we have enough support in the community and they love us enough to choose us, you know what I mean? And then they will be local. They will be local because you'll need to know about the town, you'll need to know the people, right? And so I think that can be done local.
Maybe you'll expand too.
Yeah. With hopes.
I was going to ask you, are there things about Whitman you'd like to see change, though, in terms of being business owners? Is there something that you wish was better?
Yeah. You know what? I think Whitman is on an amazing path of growth. So I just remember when I was at Marble, I would drive down and I'd look at the intersection and I'd be like, this is so great. And I had right away I'd have a vision. You could make this so cute. There could be outside patio seat. There should be a bistro over here. Oh, yeah. There should be an ice cream shop for the kids, I just was like, this intersection is so perfect. What is happening? So I just would always say that. And then as I spoke to more and more small business owners around, I began to learn, you need to connect into City Hall and learn what, the goals are, you know, for the town. And so, in that I've seen that happening. You
So
know?
what was that process like to actually, would you go to the selectmen and start talking about it, or?
No, really just I talked to small business owners, that's it.
Okay.
Like, and so when we moved into the new spot, we were like, okay, we were really coming out of our shell, because up until then, up until we moved to Washington, we were like the hidden gem. You found out about us through someone else, or because you found us on social media. So the first thing we did, we said, we need to go meet all of our neighbors, because that's just what we do. So we walked all the small businesses and introduced ourselves. And as we started talking to a lot of the businesses, they're like, oh yeah, they're going to make condos over here. See this work that's happening here? You're coming here at an interesting time. We had no idea that's what we were doing. We liked being in Whitman. And
It opened up right on time for us.
and it just happened so perfectly.
That's excellent. Okay. So how do people get? Well, you already said in the many ways people get to know you. They have online, and they can come in and talk to you. Has it been as positive as you thought?
For the most part, yes, right? I would
Absolutely.
say so. For the most part, we've just been embraced by the community. And so many have said, I wish I knew you were down there at Marble. I would have been there.
Yeah, I didn't.
Right.
You could, yeah, it just, you know, we're kind of hidden. But we've just been embraced, and just even as far as a customer walked in one day, she was like, this, when we were brand new, she was like, this is awesome. I have all these, I see you like these fancy hangers, the velvet hangers. You know, I had this closet and I don't have it anymore. So I have all these velvet hangers. I can bring them to you. You can have them. I've had a lovely lady come from across the street just saying, this is wonderful. I'd love for you to stay here. I have all this stuff with tags on it. Maybe you can donate it to someone who can use it. You know, and I just said, that's perfect. We have partnerships with Big Brother, Big Sister.
Oh, that's
so,
wonderful. Yeah.
you know, so they would love that, you know, because all the money they make with the foundation, they use it for the programs. So that those are just some examples of, is that happening in Boston? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you go on Newberry, is that happening? Probably not.
No, I've
you
never
know?
seen a boutique, a store of any kind that gives, where you get so much attention when you go in there. It's really nice. Do you want to tell us what your hours are?
Sure.
During the week?
So that is the one feedback that we've gotten. Like, oh, I wish you could stay open later. And we're open, so we share. So our hours at this point, there might be some shuffling, as hopefully you can notice. I'm pregnant, so I'm having a baby in February.
Oh, congratulations.
And thank you so much. So it might get a little funky around there since we do so much on our own. But right now we do 11 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. On Thursdays, it ends right there at 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
But most days I come back at 3:30 and then close at 5. And the reason being is I have two littles. If they've ever, you know, whoever's watching this video, if they've ever seen our lives, sometimes my little Bella, she'll come on the screen because she's just a love.
She loves to help too.
She loves to
She
help.
loves helping in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we do that for them.
And then Saturdays 10 to 2.
Yeah, then Saturdays is 10 to 2. And the reason we do that, you know, we hear, oh my God, I came at 4 and it was closed. And it's like, well, the open hours are closed, but we need to allot the time for those who want to have the events.
Okay.
That's where we got the start, like in our business. So we wanted to make sure that we were allowing for that space in the new space. So typically people have their events. They have them Friday nights after we close. So the store closes at 5 o'clock. The event can start at 6. So we can have an hour to just make sure everything is perfect, you know, and people can come in, because when they have their events, sometimes they bring their own food and drink. And just to allow for that, and the same for Saturday. So we can like allow people, if they want to have late luncheons or if they want to have evening events, we can, you know, make sure we have that on the schedule for them.
That sounds great. Do you want to tell us about some of the upcoming events?
Sure. So we want to end the year strong with a lot of fun. So especially where the beginning of the year might be a little interesting with baby. I'll keep you posted. Follow live if you want to know what's happening with little baby Fortes coming. But we're going to in November we typically start to focus on gifting. Now, we've always done that on a very small scale, personal basis with our customers who typically just shop one-on-one with us. So we're still going to offer that this year, but just before Thanksgiving, we're going to, and we will publish the date. We're going to put out an ad. But just before Thanksgiving, we're going to have a gifting event, and it's going to be cupcakes, coffee, and holiday shopping. So it's designed to get you in the cozy mood. Relax, come on in. We'll have like the full display of gifting for the start of the season, because all season long it will be rolling all November, December. And that will allow customers to get their initial questions out. We'll probably offer a couple of promotions during that time for accessories. All month long we'll put up different features. So you have a grab gift. Here's some wonderful under $20 gifts, that we carry here in store. And it also gives customers an opportunity to come in and say at the beginning of the season, you know what, I was on Instagram, but I didn't know if the store was legit. They had these really cool whatever. Can you get something like that? And so that gives me an opportunity to be on the challenge for them. And so instead of them going crazy or ordering something that took them 30 days and then it's not even the legit product that they ordered for their loved one, happens like more often you wouldn't believe, they can make sure they get it from a reputable source. So we're going to have that. We're going to have a holiday party. We're going to celebrate one year in the new space. We moved in last November, but our grand opening was December 16th. So December 16th, we'll definitely put out an event to celebrate that as well. So those are the things that we're going to do as far as like public events.
Okay.
Now, there may be things happening all month long there on Saturday nights or Friday nights, or even we've had people throw events like in the middle of the week. The one you went to, it was the middle of the week, because we allow our customers to have their own. If maybe you want to have like a ladies' night, or maybe you want to have a holiday party, you don't have it at your house. Maybe you want to do something fun and unique with your ladies, or maybe all of your cousins are going to be in town and you want to have a brunch, and so we just do all kind of fun things. So as far as public, watch Fashion Fun Pop on social media. Every time there's an event, we have our tree out there. We'll put it out on the tree just to make people aware. Come on in. Yeah.
All right, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this information. It's a very unique idea.
Thank you.
It's really nice. I think people in Whitman are going to love it like they already do. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you, people of Whitman and Hanson, for watching us. We'll see you next time. Thanks.